What would you do if a small fire broke out at home or at the office or at your workplace? Remember, a lot of people don't have fire extinguishers at home. You might want to consider getting one, especially for your kitchen. At work, it is required for almost all businesses to have fire extinguishers at work, so there should be a fire extinguisher somewhere in your area. My name is John Martin, and I'm with the Kentucky Air National Guard Base Fire Department, and I am here today to help you learn how and when you should use a fire extinguisher. I've been a firefighter for over 19 years and with the Kentucky Air National Guard for over 11. Before that, I was an active duty Air Force firefighter, and now I work professionally on the civilian side and military side for the Kentucky Air National Guard Base Fire Department. I just returned from a 4.5 to 5 month deployment to Kuwait, where I served as base fire inspector at Ali Salim Air Force Base. My expertise is usually in inspections, and I go around inspecting buildings and doing fire inspections and building inspections on our base. I am here today to tell you that there are certain procedures and steps you need to take to properly inspect the fire extinguisher. Also, you need to know what size fires that you should fight when deciding to use a fire extinguisher. I'm also going to give you some instruction and procedures on how to use the fire extinguisher. It is an easy and safe and simple method that we in the fire industry call PASS. So first, let me start off by saying fire extinguishers need to be properly inspected to make sure they are going to work right. Here we have a fire extinguisher that has a hose. This is some of the things you're going to be looking for. We have a hose on the fire extinguisher. We have a pin that you are going to pull. We have the lever that you are going to squeeze. And we also have our gauge to make sure that it is properly charged. So when inspecting a fire extinguisher, you want to look it over to make sure there's no obvious damage to the extinguisher. You want to make sure there's no rust. You want to make sure there's no hissing sounds. You want to make sure that there's no obvious damage to the extinguisher, like it has been dropped or there's something wrong with it. You also want to inspect to make sure the integrity of the hose is good and that it is not crumpled or it is not flaking away, the rubber. Finally, when you're looking at the gauge, there is a red area and a green area on the extinguisher. You want to make sure that your fire extinguisher is always in the green. That means that it is properly charged and will expel the fire suppressant that we need to put the fire out. You also want to make sure that there is a tag that says the fire extinguisher has been inspected annually. Now here at the Kentucky Air National Guard Base and most fire departments, we do not inspect the fire extinguishers annually. We contract that out to someone who is an expert at making sure that this fire extinguisher is charged and everything properly. We check it monthly to make sure that the things that I just spoke of are accurate. There's no obvious damage, there's no rust, and it is charged properly. The second thing that you want to remember is fire extinguishers are only used for small fires. I cannot stress this enough. Small fires. If it takes you more than 30 seconds to a minute to fight a fire with a fire extinguisher, it is too big and you need to get out of wherever you're at. Always remember, if you're fighting a fire with an extinguisher, you want to be able to use the extinguisher with an exit to your back. You want to be able to get an exit to wherever you are. Never, never let the fire get between you and the exit. If the fire looks like it's going to spread towards the exit that you are using, then just get out, and obviously we need you to call the fire department, 911. Hopefully someone has already done that. But you have to remember, when you're fighting a small fire, keep an exit to your back so you have an escape. Also remember, when I say a small fire, we're talking about anything that's small enough to be like a trash can fire up to maybe, at the most, the size of a couch or a chair. Anything bigger than that, and you need to move on. The third thing we're going to go over. First, we've already talked about the inspection and maintenance. Second, we talked about what size fires you should do and keeping an exit. The third thing is we need to use the procedure PASS. P-A-S-S. What you're going to do is you pull the pin, P. You aim the hose, A. You squeeze the trigger, S, and you sweep like this at the base of the fire, the last S. So in conclusion, don't forget, you need to make sure your extinguisher is maintained. You need to inspect it and make sure the needle's in the green. You need to not fight big fires. Stay with a small fire, keep an exit so you can get out. And don't forget PASS, P-A-S-S. Pull, aim, squeeze, and sweep. Thank you.